All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans everywhere. Welcome to High Def Hoops. I am Memphis J. I am your host. I will be taking you on this trip wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for checking out this podcast. This is High Def Hoops. We are part of the Sports Idiot Nation. And this episode is sponsored by High Def Creative. High Def Creative is my own company, and we are powering this episode. And so yeah, we're sponsoring it as well. If you're interested in sponsoring sports content like this or some other different types of sports content, we've got some, like I said, part of a larger network. Reach out to us. We've got opportunities that could help get your business in front of a lot of different people and in front of some cool ears. But to keep it moving, this is an NBA podcast. We're also going to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies because that is my main home team. But we talk a lot about the NBA in general. So let's just break it down real quick for the TL Too Long Didn't Read people out there. It is Tuesday, October 29th, and Dallas beat Minnesota pretty. No, only by 6. Okay. Denver squeaked by Brooklyn on top of Jokic, getting a triple double. Sorry, yeah, they got past the Nets. Sacramento beat Utah pretty handily by like what 17. And the New Orleans Pelicans lost to the Golden State Warriors. Golden State beat them pretty good. So looking forward real quick into tomorrow or probably today when you're listening to this, which would be Wednesday, October 30th, you've got Toronto versus Charlotte coming up, LA versus Cleveland, Boston versus Indiana, Detroit versus Philadelphia, Atlanta, Washington, Orlando, Chicago, and am I into a new? Nope. San Antonio versus OKC, New Orleans versus Golden State, and Portland versus LA Clippers going on tomorrow. I don't remember if I said Brooklyn versus Memphis. Maybe I passed that one over. Yeah, Brooklyn versus Memphis is going on tomorrow. So we'll talk about that one later on in the show with some Grizzlies talk. But let's run down a real quick cap. We don't really get into the stories, we just break down the very basics of them. Lonzo Ball is dealing with an injury, maybe a continued injury that he's been dealing with for the past 2 seasons. He's already missed the last 2 seasons and may be out a little bit more time due to persistent knee issues. So I really hate to hear that. I was excited to hear he played in the game versus the Grizzlies. I didn't watch all of that game, but I heard his name mentioned when I was watching the highlights, and I was like, oh man, I wish I'd gotten to see that one. Not like my favorite player or anything, but anytime people have been injured for a while, it's nice to see them get to come back and play ball, because that's gotta suck. Anyway, also in big NBA news, Rudy Gay has officially retired. So shouts to Rudy Gay. As a Grizzlies fan, I appreciate you in your early career helping us out. And we're going to check out some Rudy Gay highlights here in a little bit, but we're going to keep it moving right now. Other than that, um, what is going on? The Celtics are still undefeated to start. The Grizzlies signed Jay Huff to a 4-year with conditions contract. So exciting to lock down a young talent like that for a good 3 to 4 years. And the Lakers suffered their first loss of the season with JJ Redick taking the blame. So JJ says that one's on me, guys, and keeps it moving. Anyway, the players of the week, according to the NBA, are Jason Tatum and Anthony Davis. They were named players of the week for October 22nd through the 27th. And to round out your NBA news, Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper, has become the 8th player to join the NBA's 29,000 point club. So, way to go. Hats off to KD. Great job, great job. So, okay. We broke down the scores. I told you what's coming tomorrow. Man, there are so many games. I got to quit doing that. That's got to be a little boring. We are going to talk about the Grizzlies because I did miss talking. I've got 2 games that I can kind of talk about, and then I've got the Nets game coming up in the future. We broke down the NBA thing. NBA news, I mean. No, before we get into all of the Grizzlies talk, let's do a quick little Rudy Gay highlights. Go. Rudy for the win. Nice. Fade away. Dang. Nice. Behind the back. Oh, damn. Yes, sir. Yes.
1.7 left. The Rudy Gay
Money. There you go. Yes, yes. Rudy was a real solid shot in the mid-range. If he could get it off, it was a good chance he was going to make the shot.
It's his game. Stops, pops,
Yeah,
and Rudy
yeah.
Gay, the big shot with 6/10
I
of
like
a
how he
second
was
left.
always
Oh,
kind of
boy.
not
No
super
timeout.
flashy, just kind of
It comes
did
to
his thing.
Gay
He was proud of it. You
for
could
the
tell
win.
he was happy. But unless it was a huge, huge game, he wasn't running around acting crazy.
Rudy Gay driving.
Ooh,
Stripped him. Does a bucket count as he was falling?
as he's falling. That's right. Up by 20, he's still slamming on him. There you go, Rudy. Go, Rudy, go. Hell yeah.
Hey, boy, the bench, look at them hopping up and down.
He still is one of the best in-game dunkers. Um Always really smooth with it. Damn, that was smooth.
The reverse slam by Rudy Gay.
Nice.
Wall up top. Wall on the inside. Oh! Rudy Gay with a denial. Nene did not
So did
see
Gasol and Gay play on the the Toronto Raptors at the same time? I watch a lot of other teams, but I don't follow them super close in the years past. Nice. Anyway, I'm not gonna watch this. That's about 2 minutes of a 3-minute highlight film. I know he finished out his career with the Spurs, and I only kind of watched them when they were playing the Grizzlies, so I don't know how he. Whew, money. Y'all left him open. That was dumb. Shouts to Rudy Gay. You had some amazing moments and hopefully a really fun career, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Thank you, Rudy. I hope you're able to give back to the basketball community and continue to be amazing. So anyway, looking forward. The Grizzlies are playing the Nets coming up. So let's keep it moving. 7 p.m. at home. They are the Grizzlies have had one night off, and the Nets are coming off of a back-to-back. The Nets played tonight or last night. Uh, that's always helpful if the team has to travel, and if they're coming off of a back-to-back, that gives us a little bit of maybe an advantage. Besides the fact we are at home, so that's cool. Going into that, I guess they're gonna have a few days off or day off. No, wait, no day off because that's Wednesday. Thursday they will be back playing the Bucks. And I'm guessing that is going to be, yes, that is another home game. So that's what's looking forward. I'm not going to do a quick breakdown. The Nets are 1-3, the Grizz are 2-2. So it's still early in the season. If the Nets are clicking, they're always a little bit of a scary team to play. So they've done better in the last couple of years. We will keep it moving. Let's break down a couple of the box scores from the two games that I didn't cover. Just a little bit here. Which one is this? This is. All right, so the one that I did not cover first would be the Orlando Magic versus Grizzlies. Grizzlies won this 124-111. This was the Grizzlies' first home game. Your game leaders would be Santi Aldama, 22 points. Desmond Bain had 7 rebounds. We got to start getting more rebounds if that's the highest rebounder. And Scottie Pippen Jr. had 12 assists. That's a pretty impressive number. The Orlando Magic have been doing well. Paolo Banchero has been doing well. He scored 16. Franz Wagner had 23. Jalen Suggs had 21. Those would be your highest scores. Highest on the plus minus. nobody in the plus. Wait, no, Mac McClung, but they didn't play very many minutes. Um, Overall, they had a lot of minus. Going into your Grizzlies scores, and in the box score, I'm sorry. Your highest score again was Santi Aldama. He did not get any offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds overall, 5 assists, 1 block, 5 turnovers. No, that's Scottie Pippen Jr., sorry. 1 block, 2 turnovers on Santi. 22 points. He was 8 in the positive. 10 came to Brandon Clark on the plus minus. And Ja Morant was 18 plus minus. He had 16 points on the night. So he was also off the chain. Jay Huff had 18 points. Did Yuki play? Yuki did play 2 minutes. And he was 0 for 2 with 1 turnover. So he didn't do very, very good, but he only had 2 minutes. So you can't expect a whole lot. What was Marcus Smart made 9 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. This was his first game back, this first home game. He scored 13. He was on a minutes. He still is kind of on a minutes restriction from what I'm hearing. 22 and a half minutes in this first game. He played like 24-ish in the game earlier yesterday, tonight, whatever, versus Chicago. Edie, if you're keeping up with him, he's been doing well so far. Not just blowing everything off the charts, but 7 points. He did get 4. No, yes, he did get 4 personal fouls, no turnovers, 1 defensive rebound, but he only played 13 minutes. So I don't know if there's anything to look into with him only playing that many minutes. Maybe they're just kind of spreading it out among the big guys. Oh yeah, I didn't mention anything about Jake LaRavia. He got 7 rebounds and 3 points. 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 assists. So Jake's been doing okay. I'd love to see him really get after it. No 3-pointers attempted. I wonder why. Maybe just didn't get the opportunity. 1 for 1 on the field goal he made. Well, how did you do that? Oh, he must have gotten a free throw or something. Yeah, 1 free throw. Anyway, the Grizzlies blew the Magic out very, very slightly, as much as you can blow out somebody by 13 points. I'm sorry, they didn't really blow them out, but they definitely took care of business in the first home game. Moving into the second home game versus the Chicago Bulls, the Grizzlies did not do as hot. They blew a I don't know, was it 17-point lead or something? The Grizzlies lost to the Bulls 126 to 123. The Grizzlies were definitely ahead 68-54 at the half. One notable thing to speak about or to wonder about was that no Ja Morant. He was out due to soreness, I'm pretty sure is what I heard. Jaren Jackson Jr. again, his minutes were limited, so he did 24-ish minutes tonight. The coach said that he's looking to build up his minutes slowly as he gets back into it. So it is the beginning of the season. We'll just keep an eye on that. Desmond Bane killed it, 23 points in the first half. So he was really going off. He was your game leader with 30 points. Santi Aldama had 13 rebounds. Way to step it up and double your last game, or almost double your last game. Scottie Pippen Jr. had 10 assists, so he had 12 last game and 10 now. So that means he's still getting it done without Ja there. Scottie Pippen was busy. The highest scorers on the Bulls would be Zach LaVine with 30, and next highest is Nikola Vucevic, 22 and 20 points to Kobe White. Josh Giddey had 12. The Bulls did manage to squeak it out and come back by. Santi Aldama had 11 points. 1 for 5 on threes. Desmond Bain did finally get back to shooting, 6 out of 10. He was your high scorer, like I said, 30 points. He had, it's like a pretty good game, 7 rebounds. Yeah, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. No, wait, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. No, wait, I'm looking at Marcus Smart. Desmond Bain, yes, did have 7 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals, 1 turnover, 30 points. Your most efficient, even though he was not scoring, he was busy on defense, was Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was definitely not scoring. He set I think a record or tied a record for some pretty bad shooting. He was 0 for 11 shooting and 0 for 8 from 3. Um, I'm not gonna get down on him. It is what it is. Uh, Yuki did not play. John Conchar did not play. Let's see. Jalen Wells had 11 points. He's still been really impressive. Jay Huff took a little bit of a quieter night with only 10. He hit 2 of 3 from 3-point land. That's where he's really been killing it. Jay Claravia stepped it up, 17 points tonight. Scottie Pippen Jr. had 14 points. So Jaren Jackson Jr. in his second game had 19 points. I'm sorry. Uh, the Grizzlies were productive. I think if we had had Ja, we definitely would have pulled this game out. But I'm not mad that he was out due to soreness. I'd love to see if players are able to go, they go and just play less minutes unless the game's getting crazy. But I would really hate to see him get injured as well. So I'm going to trust the team and the people that get paid the big bucks to make the decisions. I would always love to see him out there. Um, Losing to the Bulls is kind of no fun. It's never fun to lose. Um, it's still early in the season. But I hope the Grizzlies are able to get it done versus the Nets and keep it moving as we move on into the NBA season. So let me see. That is most of what I wanted to talk about. If you are still here with us, I appreciate it. It is 20 minutes in, so I won't take up too much more of your time. Like I mentioned, if you are still thinking about getting League Pass and haven't signed up for it yet, check the description below for an affiliate link to that. Um, I don't have a whole lot more to break down. I couldn't pull up the right page when it comes to looking forward to the Nets game and looking at the numbers. I'll figure out how to do that for next game. Oh, I did want to mention something. If you happen to see the second podcast, the second episode of this season, something got off in the editing process, and my voice got off from the video. So I apologize about that. I think it did. I noticed it when I was finishing looking at it after it rendered down, and I just didn't have time to do it and figure out what went wrong. But that is my fault, and I'll raise my hand up and say that's mine. Um, Other than that, I do appreciate y'all checking this out. If you like sports, follow High Def Sports on all of the platforms you can find us on. We'll have the link in the description as well. Oh, before I quit, I am a coach, like I said, so I always like to kind of wrap up the practice or in the podcast in this case with a thought and just let you know that you are amazing and you're doing great. And one of the things I talk a lot about to my team when I'm helping them learn how to play basketball and just how to succeed in life is next play mentality. No matter what's going on, no matter how the last play went, if you just went up for a layup and that young dude came and blocked your shot and talk trash, you've got to stay ready for the next play. Even if your teacher's telling you you got to stop being careless and it hurts your feelings. That's what happened to my son today. You got to stay next play mentality. So no matter what goes on, you always got another shot, and every shot you take makes you a little bit better. So next play mentality. Keep that spirit up, and don't let this world get you down. Okay. Anyway, thanks for checking out this podcast. I really do appreciate you. Other than that, if you are a company, we are based out of Tennessee, but wherever you are nationwide, if you want to get your name in front of more sports fans, contact us as well, right there at the email in the description. So I do appreciate you for being here, and I hope you will come back and see us again. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe and maybe give us a comment or a like if you did enjoy the video. This starts out on YouTube, then we usually post some of them on Instagram and Facebook a day or two later if we get time. But either way, thank you for supporting us. And yeah, let us know if there's any other team that you want us to do a little bit more coverage of other than just the Grizzlies and a generalized NBA, kind of look at what's going on. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here. Take it easy. Have fun.